Alright, so right now I'm gonna take out the turbo, and it's gonna be, what you wanna do is you wanna disconnect, for the 7M you wanna disconnect this hose right here, going down there, and there's gonna be two 12 millimeter bolts straight down here. I think it's the oil drain for the turbo. It's right down here. See where that thing right there? And there's two 12 millimeter bolts right there. And then there's gonna be, I think, the turbo feed. It's a 17, and it's gonna be right. Here you go. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's gonna be 17 millimeter bolts, and it's gonna be right behind this. Can you see it? Right there. On your left, right next to the boost controller. That one right there. That's the 17. And then you want to disconnect the turbo downpipe, or the outlet downpipe, which is a 10 millimeter for me. I already got the heat shield off. It's just two bolts. There might be like 4 or 5. This one, that 12 millimeter, and 12 right there, and then 12 right here also. I already got the heat shield off, but only have 2 bolts hang on to it, because it's just the heat shield. You don't need that many bolts. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and you want to take off these 14 millimeter bolts that connects to the manifold, and you want to take off the 14 millimeter bolts that connects to the exhaust. I'm gonna try. I might just loosen it, but take it out tomorrow or maybe tonight. We'll see. Alright, so it's a new day, and all I gotta do now is just to take out the turbo. Well, I just gotta unbolt a few more, 2 more bolts for the manifold, and then the 17 and then the 12s, and I should be able to take the turbo right off. And after that, the fuel line, and I think that's it. I got the timing belt off. Alright, check this out. Get the turbo out, and look at that. You can see just some water coming out. That side's okay. 1, 2, and 3 are okay. It's just 6 and 4 and 5 that's good. It's coming out of. I know it's 6, so it has to be somewhere around there. Look at that. You can just see the water coming out. The turbo had some like waterishy, oilishy in there too. So I got everything off. Now I would disconnect the hose over here, and the ground. I just got to disconnect this hose, and then that hose right here. And I think I should be done on this side. And look at this. I think the axle or whatever down there. Yeah, you can see it. It's like the rubbery thing right there is ripped up. So I gotta get that fixed. And now onto the intake side, after I get the hose off. Alright, so I got the fuel line off, and the hoses, and the AOP bolts off too. And I think this thing is ready for liftoff. I'm pretty sure everything's disconnected. I didn't have to remove too much. You can remove the intake if you want. I just didn't want to. Just gonna leave it on there. But yeah, but besides that, should be ready for liftoff. Just let me go ahead and get my brother, and we can just both lift this off. Alright, so this is weird, but the head gasket seems fine. There was a bunch of water on piston 6, but everything else is fine. So the head gasket seems pretty good. It's probably a little burnt there, but so now I'm a little confused. It's either the crack in the head or the block, and somehow water's getting into there. So now I just gotta find out why or how water's getting into there. I'll keep you guys updated. Yo, so an update. Turns out the gasket did blow. It was right here. That's where it blew. And all the other ones seems fine. So the head gasket did blow because I was trying to look for a crack in the head, but the head is fine and so is the block. So yeah, that's where it blew. So now all I gotta do is just clean this thing up real good, make sure it's straight, the car didn't overheat, so I'm just gonna straight edge it, check it anyways. Alright, so let me go ahead and just clean this up. Alright, so I scraped most of the graphite off the block. Looks better now. Here's the head, so now I just gotta clean this thing up. And I'm gonna go ahead and just buy some sandpaper and just sand this. Oh, look at that. Ew. Looks like this thing was about to get clogged up. So I'm gonna clean this thing up and clean up the block too. I might take off the water pump just so I can clean that out too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just buy some sandpaper, sand it out. I'm gonna show you guys how I clean my stuff. Maybe you guys might find this useful, maybe you won't. But I'll do it anyways. So I'll be right back. Alright, so the block is nice and really smooth, as well as focusing on nice, silky, and smooth. There's some spots like that, but it's like for the coolant. Coolant's gonna be hitting it anyway, so I don't think it's really gonna matter. I'm a little worried about this part right here, but the only thing that busted was just right here from the gasket. The head is ready. It's really smooth and nice. Alright, and so now the head gasket. Alright, so the head is like done almost. I just gotta smooth it out a little bit more. Right now it feels really nice and smooth, so the head gasket should work. I'm just cleaning up the block right now. Most people say this is not good, but you know, whatever. I'm just trying it out. I mean, maybe it'll work. Probably just not too long, but I know it'll work. It's my first time using metal head gasket, so yeah, right now I'm on, let's see, 800. I'm gonna go through this one more time and go 1,000 and 2,000 and 2,000 and that too. Yeah, I basically did this by myself. Well, my dad helped me pull out the head, but that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, so once I get done with this, I got no one to blame but me if anything goes wrong. Alright, so let me get to it, and tonight should be the night where I can just drop in the head. Alright, so here's the head gasket. You can see it's like metal, and you can see there's like a little groove on it, so the head gasket should be able to seal really well. You can see like the groove of it, like the little outer seals. And the old one doesn't have a sealant. Maybe it did, it just got squashed, but it doesn't look like it did. So now I'm going to go ahead and just put the head gasket on there. Here, you want to record me?
Sure, I'll record you.
So was it this way? Yeah, looks like it's this way. Look at that.
Perfect fit.
Yeah, dude. Just gotta push it down a little bit. Nice. Alright, I already cleaned the block before I put it in there.
Oh, it's still something.
Just cancel. Alright, so now I just gotta put this thing on there. Let me go ahead and get the ARP bolts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go ahead and turn it on. Alright, so these are ERP studs. And they come with ERP as fastener assembly lubricant. And all you do is just put it on the threads, just the threads only. You don't put too much. Or you do, but not that much. Just enough. So just go ahead and just get it all over the threads. And just go ahead and just put it in there. And torque it down to like 10 pounds, I'd say.
เข้าเด้เอาลูกสูบเข้าเลยแม่นวะ
Yeah. Usually people just put it in until it's like snug. But I heard it's best to put it in at least 10 pounds. Alright, so I got the head on and the head studs. It was a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, sorry, I might have skipped the video. I might have skipped the part when I was putting it in. But I had to take off 6 bolts from the back because we couldn't line up the head without the back hitting the firewall or this thing back here. So I took off 6 bolts and I got it all in now. Now all I need is just the washers and the bolts. The washers and nuts. Hopefully wouldn't fuck up too bad because while we were putting it in, we might have scratched the head a little bit from the studs because it was a little heavy for us. Me, my dad, my brother. But the head gasket is fine though, so I think that's all that matters. So hopefully everything is fine, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just put everything back together and see if it fixed the white smoke and the car runs good. Okay, so right now I gotta retorque the head studs to 10 pounds because the washers, well, I got the washers on now, but I couldn't put the washers on when the stud was in there. So I had to take them all off and put the washers in the studs and torque those down 10 pounds like right now. And after that, nuts, and then torque those down from the 3 stages, and yeah. So that kind of pushed me back a little bit, but it's alright. Alright, so I got the first stage done, which is 15 pounds. And now I gotta wait 15 minutes until stage 2, and then stage 3 and 4. And it's gonna be stage 5, which is gonna be like 90 pounds. Since I got a new head gasket and head studs, so I should put more pressure on it. So the highest I'm gonna go would probably be 85 or 90 pounds, depending. Oh yeah, no, this guy showed up. Will. He wanted me to show me his Honda.
It's a piece of shit. That's cool.
Same thing. Okay, well let's see what you got, buddy.
All right, so I got all my performance shit. So I got an unrebuilt carburetor from like 1970 on there, and then I got my pod filter, $3 eBay special. I got my milk rack back here so I can haul my McDonald's food easier.
Oh, so how much did you get this thing for?
14 cents.
14 cents.
Well, I traded a chicken ramen for it.
Oh, that's cool.
I got my snowblower special. I got no covers for the battery. And my speedo's broken too.
Oh, interesting. So, is it like a 5-speed or?
Yeah, 100cc, 5-speed. It's about 15 horsepower.
Wow, that's quite a lot for a motorcycle or bike.
Like if you have a 2.1 liter engine, this is that 0.1 liter.
I didn't get to 90 pounds or 80. Only 75 pounds. I think 75 pounds seems to be good enough.
Don't just stop there. Like you want to get it to factory spec at least.
It's pretty good. Factory spec is 57.
57.
Yeah.
Okay, 75. You're definitely good.
Yeah. So. Yep. Everything looks good.
Here, let me squeak up the skateboard.
So now I'm gonna call this a night. And then whenever I'm not working, I'm gonna go ahead and just slap everything back on there. Order some parts, like probably the fuel feed line, and maybe new turbo. So I probably won't get this thing done yet. So until next time.
Does this car have T3 or T4?